So this is turn 8 in Invasion Pearl Harbor, and it is a night turn. It's still December 8th of 1941. And at this point in the game, the Japanese player has collected 12 victory points, but it is a night turn, so the Americans aren't going to be able to launch any attacks, and the air forces on both sides are all going to be grounded, but the Japanese will be able to move and attack, and the Japanese battleships will be able to provide support for the ground combat. The American submarine attack misses the target again, and the Japanese player decides to take his combat phase straight away. So the Japanese Marines, which are in red, resume their attack on Fort Shafter, and the commander is taking a risk here fighting at night, but due to the time running out in the game and supplies are running out, obviously, he's making this daring move. The battleship Kirishima also is used to fire in support, but the night combat table shifts everything to the U.S. player's favor. And it isn't what the Japanese player is really hoping for, but there is no actual shift this time because the United States player rolled a 1. So the Japanese commander tempts fate and declares a banzai attack, which is successful for 2 right column shifts. So this is bad, and the entire American force at Fort Shafter is eliminated, while the Japanese player takes a mandatory step loss due to using a banzai attack. So the Japanese army, which are the orange units now, are attacking elements of the 25th Infantry, which are the lighter green, which are covering the flank of Fort Shafter. And again, it's a risky attack because it's a night combat, but the night attack table yields a favorable shift to the Japanese player this time, and the end result is I get a 2 column shifts to the right, and then the Japanese player orders a banzai, which yields another 2 column shift. So the 25th Infantry loses half of its defensive position as these 2 units are now eliminated. And of course the Japanese army had to take a mandatory step loss because of the banzai attack. In a final attack of this phase, the Army strikes a lone unit of the U.S. Marine Corps, and one of the battleships supports with barrage fire, and the night attack table is giving the Japanese even more column shifts. So again, the Marines are eliminated, the Japanese lose 1 step. And then we go to the American activation phase. The 24th Infantry attempts to move a few units into better defensive positions, and 2 companies of the 25th Division advance for a fateful attack near Honolulu, and the U.S. Marine Corps also advances a unit into the coastal forts on the southern side of Pearl Harbor. But that's really all the U.S. player does. And during the Japanese movement segment, the Japanese Marines advance and surround 4 companies of the 25th Infantry just south of Fort Shafter. You can see that in the picture that I have up here. And the Army also surrounds 2 remaining units on the northern flank of the same fort. But that brings turn 8 to a close, so please stay tuned if you'd like to see what happens in continuing action of Invasion Pearl Harbor.